Good evening. I'm Jennifer Bing from the American Friends Service Committee. And as I look out at this gathering tonight, I realize that so many of us who are engaged in this work for peace and justice is due to our visits, our travel to Palestine. For those who have visited a Palestinian community, one will always remember the hospitality. Tea, coffee, soda, sweets, and fruits are given to every guest, even if the family doesn't have enough food to feed their own family. We remember the fresh baked bread, olive oil, za'atar, sweet white cheese that is shared collectively at each breakfast. We remember the handshakes and the greetings from all members of the family, even from children who are just learning how to walk. We remember spending time looking at family photo albums, certificates of achievement from schools and universities, letters sent from family abroad, and maybe even a peek at a wedding video. We remember walking the fields of villages, climbing olive trees and hilltops, dancing to the beat of a late-night drum. We remember being told stories of struggle and of joy, of fear and frustration, of great sadness and great hope. And we remember often leaving with a memento of our visit, an embroidered pillow, a bottle of olive oil, a plastic bag filled with maravilla, or a photo and an email address promising to stay in touch. I've been reflecting today on what it means to be in solidarity with Palestinians. So many people ask, how do we continue to work for peace and justice, especially as the situation on the ground is so grim? More settlements, colonies are built, more people are living in poverty, more political unrest, more violence, disunity. These are the three qualities that I think those who desire to be in solidarity must develop: courage, compassion, and commitment. It takes courage to visit Gaza and the West Bank, courage to see the reality of life under military rule, courage to hear the stories of pain and suffering, courage to understand the risks that people take day to day to stay steadfast in their homes and on their lands, courage to remain hopeful that change is possible. It also takes courage to come back to the United States and tell the stories of what we've seen, to speak to our families, to our friends, to our neighbors, co-workers, and elected officials, sometimes who misinterpret our passion and accuse us of being traitors, self-hating, one-sided, or anti-Semitic. As we've learned here in Chicago from the FBI subpoenas sent to members of our community, it also takes courage to stand up to the US government's attempt to criminalize solidarity efforts, even humanitarian assistance to Palestine. It takes compassion to be in solidarity with Palestinians. So often our hearts can become hardened to the suffering of those who live in Palestine and Israel. We become numb to the statistics, frustrated by double standards and endless efforts to negotiate, angered by US policies that allow military occupation to continue. We tire of having to explain the basic information about the conflict to those who should know better, or to dispel cherished myths that dehumanize one or the other side. We must remind ourselves of the power of love to overcome evil and to practice compassion in our pursuit of a just peace, even when we feel deep anger and sadness. Finally, it takes commitment to be in solidarity with Palestine. Quakers began their effort in Gaza in 1948-49, administering to the needs of Palestinian refugees. Today, Quakers still maintain a presence in Gaza, working with youth to rebuild their communities and lives despite the ongoing occupation and siege. We stay committed to changing U.S. policy and divesting from corporate investments that support military occupation. Many in this space tonight have dedicated many days, years, and even decades to the cause of Palestinian self-determination, human rights, and peace. Our commitments must be praised and re-energized by coming together as a community like we have this evening. We need to find creative ways to help us move forward together in solidarity. Let us have the courage, compassion, and commitment to a future day of solidarity where we will celebrate a free Palestine.
We're coming towards the end of our time together, and I just want to let you know we have wonderful Palestinian food in the back, and we still have lots of tea, and there are handouts for you to take on the back tables to continue our actions that also require us to do things in the world. This is a prayer of commitment, as we were talking about it. Jennifer reminded us. And so I invite you to join me in this prayer together. Creator God, you have created us in your likeness. We are all part of your holy family.
We commit ourselves to welcome the stranger in our midst, not only because we were once strangers, but because we are kin.
Inclusive one, you invite us to offer hospitality because that is where we can find you. ourselves entertaining angels.
We commit ourselves to opening our hearts to this reality and basing our social justice work on this principle of divine equality.
Compassionate One, you have asked us to read the landscape of our fears, the terrain of other people's sorrow, and turn our lives into bridges of compassion.
We commit ourselves to not be indifferent to all the representations of lives, bereaved by loss, isolated by checkpoints and walls, imprisoned or living in fear.
Merciful One, you remind us that the security and well-being of one people cannot be separated from the fate of another people, nor from us, and that you alone have made the land holy.
We commit ourselves to work for, pray for, advocate for a just peace that secures dignity, freedom, and justice for all your people. May it be so, and may it begin with us.
And so we end our service tonight, that it does begin and continue with us. And you are invited to light a candle to put in our symbolic piece of shared earth that is in front of our table as we sing a song that is in Arabic. Luis will lead us, and I think some folks do know this song. And then to make your way, after you've lit the candle, into the back to join us for the reception. Thank you.
God of peace, in your wisdom, give us the will to see peace. God of peace and of healing, fill with your peace every heart. Jara wa salami, anta wa Let's do
Where's the rabbi who just translated that? Is he still? Come on up.
Now Jennifer said it was one of the things is it was going to take courage. Get the courage award.
We have an Arabic one. We'll give you a couple verses to work out. So we're going to do, Chris, which order?
So this is originally in Swahili. It's from South Africa. So Siyahamba.
Yeah.
And then in English, we are marching in the light of God. And then in Arabic, Yalla Nimshi Bi Nur Allah. And then we'll see what happens in
Anu So'adim Be'or Elohim.
Yeah, everybody's nice.
Anu So'adim Be'or Elohim. Good.
All right, here we go.
Dwayne, what's our note?
I don't know what key we sing this in.
What do you like, Chris?
We better stand up and run fire.